look, over here we also get another note from Turum. There's a lot of notes from Turum on this floor. That says, I've seen similar crystals in the temples of Nex, which we've heard of before, but compared to these huge formations, they were withered and lifeless. Those crystals certainly didn't have enough power in them to bring a fallen companion back to life. I wonder how many times I can still cheat death. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd just like to say that it is currently 3 o'clock, alright, so we're sort of getting well into the afternoon here, and it looks like it's going to be dark in about 5 minutes outside. The clouds are so heavy and thick outside my window right now. I'm actually in here recording with the light on. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Today we're going to do some interesting stuff. We're actually going to finish Overall's Crypt. I know we've only had one episode in here so far, but as long as I pull my finger out, I think we can pretty much run through it. Either that or I'll split the episode in half. We'll see what happens. So last episode we did the laboratory, which is this long room down here. We actually managed to grab a secret while we were at it. We put one of the skull keys into its slot. And now what we're going to want to do is do the other two. Now the first one I'm going to choose is this one over here. It's the Sanctuary, I believe. And we'll do the Mausoleum last. And the reason I'm doing the Sanctuary next is because I actually am fairly convinced by the arguments people made where they said, hey, you should go left, right, and then middle or whatever. Well, we've done the right, we'll do this, and then we'll do the middle one last. So, in we go. Let's see what we've got. If there's a lot of random cutting and jumping like there would have been just a second ago, it's because I've got a hell of a cough at the moment. I don't know why. I really don't. Maybe it's because of the middle of winter. I'm not really prone to getting colds. You know, I watch a lot of YouTubers who often turn around and say stuff like, oh, I'm ill, oh, I've got sick again, I'm constantly sick. Yeah, not so much with me, I guess. It doesn't happen that much, but I do have a bit of a cough at the moment. So, do bear that in mind. All right, we're gonna move back here. I've actually already passed a secret, which I guess I'll show you guys in a second. This room is filled with these fly eyes, which is actually kind of curious because when I first came in here earlier when I was doing my test file, these guys were freaking everywhere. I had to fight like 3 of them all at once, and now, apparently today, we've only got one that we're interacting with, and he's not even able to paralyze us, so that should be fine. I don't know when we moved back onto the frost weapon there, but Jonker's actually going to get a bunch more gear again today, or at least in the rest of this floor, Jonker's going to get a bunch more gear, and it's going to be absolutely wonderful. Here we go, this guy's moving in, we'll get our attacks in, we can't move, that's fine. Oh, look at that massive crit, that's brilliant. Yeah, he's going to get a crazy weapon, in fact, probably right now to do with crits. So let's talk about it. You see this teleporter? I think that what the game's trying to do is psych us out here. Look in the background over behind that teleporter. Look, there's a button that apparently we can push. But if we move in, we're going to get teleported. So how do we get to that secret button? Kind of curious, right? Maybe we can put something in the teleporter and temporarily disable it. No, that doesn't really seem to work. Let's grab our axe back. Here we go. Oh, no, here we go. That's probably the most valuable weapon we've got. It feels weird to just see it on the floor. What you actually want to do is find this other little secret button here that turns the teleporter off, thus locking us inside. But then it allows you to press this button and open up this secret. So we're going to get some really weird gear here. I don't know whether I want to use it or not. I guess I'll demo it over the episode. But it feels like a very specific niche, I'll say that much. Secret is literally just this little chamber here with a guy who is stood on top of, he doesn't drop this, a scythe. Here we go, here's one of the other eye guys. Hello, you decided to attack us from behind. That's very nice of you, isn't it? There we go. Run away. Okay, and he's dead. This is the scythe. Now, this is a really interesting weapon. Just to wield it, it requires heavy weapons too. You'd kind of think maybe a scythe is a light weapon. Now, I've never wielded a scythe IRL before, but I've always thought of them as light weapons. Now, we're looking at 11 to 34 and strength. But then it also gives you a flat buff to 5% critical chance, and your critical hits will deal 3 times damage. Now, normally they deal 2 times damage, so I don't know whether this is saying that it's going all the way up to 6 times damage, or whether it's just, you know, adding another ×1 on top of what it's already doing. I'm not sure which calculation that is. I think the reasonable assumption is that it's just moving it from ×2 to ×3. The cooldown's fairly low, especially for Jonker, considering stuff like Devastate, you know, that we've been struggling with a little bit here. But here's where it gets really interesting. Its special ability is called Harvest Time. Now, this requires heavy weapons 4 and critical 2, so this is a pretty hefty requirement, in some ways more hefty than even Devastate, if you think about it. Well, Devastate's just got different weightings, but the special ability here is called Harvest Time, a deadly swing that has a chance of scoring 10 times damage on a critical hit. Now that's pretty crazy. We couldn't, in theory, backstab with this with like some crazy master spread over here on Lotopatho. This is just not going to work. But it's kind of a cool idea, and I will show you guys me using it just a little bit. We'll run with the harvest time every now and then, and maybe we can score some massive damage with it if Jonker manages to crit. The problem is, he really doesn't have that high of a critical chance. It's 16% as opposed to Lotopatho. Well, Lotopatho is only at 23. I don't know. I mean, maybe we could gear him up and equip him with a bracer that gives him more crit chance, stuff like that. But I think we're okay for now. And that's the secret for this section. So after that, you don't have to worry about secrets anymore. You're just going to want to deal with the rest of these enemies, of which I just saw one there. You go, hello, do you want to come over to us? Oh, their eyes look so bulbous and weird when they attack like that. Okay, oh my god, nice! See, so there you go. We managed to get the crit on the special ability. 600 damage. Now, that looks very impressive, but that's not going to happen very frequently. Ah, Jonker, you are such a boss. Oh, I should mention as well, off screen, I did go off and dump a bunch of stuff back at the hub. It's actually really interesting how easy it is to get to the hub. We take the wind gate to the surface, and then right next to the wind gate to the surface is the wind gate to the hub. So you can actually get back to base very, very quickly from even where we're currently stood, even though it feels like we're in the most remote area of the world. Here we're going to find a rage potion. On my test file, I actually drank that at that point because we were really struggling. And this room's just a bit weird. I'm losing a little bit of joy over some of the level design. I've got to be honest, like, this whole thing, Oral's Crypt, it just feels, I don't know, empty and weird and just not quite on the same level as some of the other stuff we've done. Here we've got a scroll of Fire Shield. Why did they give this to us? We've known this for a long time. Maybe it's because if you come here first, then when you go to the laboratory, you've got that available to you, reduce some damage that's incoming. There's actually no fire stuff at play here, and no further secret either. I thought there could be some really weird secret where maybe this is telling you, hey, equip the fire shield and then shoot the wall or something and it will blow up, and, you know, that's just not going to happen. Down here as well, oh no, never mind. And that's pretty much it. There's two ladders out. One of them takes you up to that rage potion, the other one just takes us back here. So, you know, it's just odd. I mean, do we like this, guys? Do we like this? Is it just sort of realism or something, or I don't know. Feels like it's filling space to me, I must be honest. If we move forward, we come to a weird little puzzle here as well. We got a locked door. I got a lot of nostalgia when I first came here from the Twig Root dungeon, one of the first times we ever experienced something like this. We got a locked door and a teleporter. On the left, importantly, you'll notice that there's a pressure pad and an axe that is just shy of it. Alright, so we'll move through here. And this isn't anything totally mind-boggling or new for us. And there I just got a flashback to freaking Grimrock 1, where we were going down a long lightning hallway. We get a note here, okay, which Lotopatho is going to read. He says, the note says, I decided to drop my trusted axe into the teleporter to see if it is safe. I wish I knew where it went. Ah. Well, we just saw that, right? And who was this adventurer? We have no idea. We'll drop that down there, but check it out. So the only notes Lotopatho's got on him, because I dumped everything else off, the translation, should we ever need it. This weird riddle we got very recently pointing at a treasure. One we got a while ago talking about a fountain. Do you remember upstairs in the cemetery? And this one we got ages ago in the sewers, I believe. Or it's related to the sewers, one of those. So yeah, and really, now we just can pull this lever and it lets us back in the room. It's kind of weird. It's like, well, what's the deal here? We could maybe drop something of our own. What about this badass scythe? Well, that also just lands in the room, similar to how the axe does. It's really simple. It's just telling you, you know, fire the arrow. I mean, we're accustomed to this, right? We've known this for a while. This isn't anything new. And that's the whole secret. Well, not secret. That's just the way you progress. This does now afford you the chance to come back and reclaim your stuff. Obviously, they always give you an opportunity to do that. But this axe, we don't really want. This is actually the same axe we've had a while ago in the series. We ended up trading that, I believe, for not Bane, for this sword here, the Ancient Claymore, I think, maybe in the pyramid. I don't really remember 100%, but we can put that on there to keep the door open forevermore and progress into this room. This is a cool room. I really enjoy this room. So what have we got? We've got no notes, we've got no secret buttons, we've got no nothing. But we do have a huge room with basically 2 floors and a whole bunch of light bridges. Now, as we walk across these light bridges, we can find that there's an exit over here. And the exit says, when the room is void of light, the door will open. What do you mean void of light? There's no switches or anything for us to press. Well, look at that there, guys. Look. So wherever we stand, It's destroying the light bridge. This is awesome. It reminds me an awful lot of one of the Pokemon gyms. It's actually been used a lot in Pokemon, to be honest. But in particular, in Ruby and Sapphire, there was a whole gym in Pseudopolis, I think it was, that basically had this idea. The thing is, in Grimrock, because we don't have a top-down perspective, it can actually be really hard to figure out where we need to go. So let's just try our options here. We could start off on the left, work around here, and then what, we could keep moving, and then we can try and like crawl around here like this, then we can move like this. And now you notice we've just made a mistake, because we can never get this one in this corner. If we try and move this to remove it, we're now stuck here and we've failed. So if you fail, you fall down to here. This bridge thing's kind of weird. I feel like there should be a secret down there, but I have never, I mean, I've looked. I'm pretty sure I've done my research, guys. I'm pretty sure there is no secret. Oh my god, did this just spoil how it works? No, it doesn't. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know what that thing on the floor is there for. That's interesting. Anyway, if you fall down, maybe we'll return to this if that really is me missing something. You can just reclimb this ladder, stand on one of these pressure plates, and it will fill the room again, so you get another shot. Very simple. Now, I did quite keenly try and do some weird things. Like, for example, what if we tried this, okay? We come through here. I mean, hell, we could even go all the way to the end. This is just an example. Now we come all the way back. Well, maybe now we can come across there and, you know, walk back on over there, and that'd work. But by stepping on this, we're obviously going to reset the floor. So I did try some weird things. I was like, well, what if we could hold it down, and maybe hold them all down so that when we walk back, it doesn't do anything. But you'll notice these are actually special pressure pads. Though there is no visual difference on them, you cannot weigh these down with anything but the heels of your own feet. So there is like no weird cheaty way or weird out of the box method for this. You've just got to figure it out. And I spent quite a while doing this. There's so many options obviously you can make it. Now I think on some level you can like figure out in particular with these 3 pressure pads which is the best to leave off of. So for example, this little thing here, okay? This little area. We have to assume we have to do this very fast and very early in the whole puzzle, and I'll show you guys why we can get come to that conclusion. Because if we don't do that, all right, if instead say we start in the middle, and then we come over here and we unfog like, you know, like a whole bunch of this stuff, and you know, even if we come all the way around here and we try our very best to unfog all of this, now we're kind of screwed because we have to come around this pillar, but if we do that, we're stuck back here. So it sort of leads you to realize we cannot really ignore this section here with this pillar for last. We can't ignore it. We have to do this very early on. And so with that knowledge, you can sort of then realize that over here, this pressure pad isn't ideal either, because if we have to start this one early, and let me try and get my bearings here, it means that we're gonna have to like rotate our way back around down here. Oh my god, my logic is not gonna work here at all. And then we're gonna have to move like this, but you'll notice a problem straight away. Now we're gonna get this weird corner thing again. Like, what do we do? If we come this way, then we're gonna block this one off, which is a failure clause. Or if we went the other way, it would have been this one in the corner that I already demonstrated that would have been been blocked off. So you can kind of realize just through various little things how basically in the end the best pressure plate to come off of, if I remember correctly, is this one here in the middle. And what you want to do is you want to do this, and hopefully I get this right. You want to step into the middle here, and that doesn't mean you have to go forward. Now you come over here. Okay, and by starting on that one there in the middle instead of on the right, it allows you to evenly, okay, well, I'll demonstrate this here, evenly come over here and then snake your way around, and look, now we have solved this problem, and now with all of that's been destroyed. Well, now, what do we want to do? We want to keep these 2 here clear in theory, right? So, and if we go anywhere else, we're going to miss this, so we have to stand here. Now there's nowhere else for us to go, we have to stand here, so we get another choice. Do we want to go left, do we want to go forward, or do we want to go over there? Well, in theory, if we come this way, we can rotate our way around, and we're really close. But you notice we've got a problem again. If we go this way, we're going to miss this, and if we go forward in that direction, then we're going to miss this here. So it just doesn't work, right? So this is the main one I struggled with a lot, because it looks so close, and yet so far, you're always going to miss just one. Remember, you've got to turn off all the lights and also get through the door. Okay, so, but we have begun to unravel the puzzle just a little bit. God damn, I'm stuttering all over the place here. And now I'll show you guys the actual solution. So we're going to come this way. And instead of, when we get here, trying to already deal with that stuff back at the start, we're going to keep going. We're going to go all the way around this as well. And now we're going to come back. And now we're going to just very carefully make sure we unmark every single little square. We were able to do this because we started on the middle, not the left. And we come over here. Oh, God. Oh, no, I must have messed it up. How did I mess it up? Really? I didn't think I would have. Alright. We messed up the squirreling around somehow. Try again once more. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go all the way up here. And then here we're going to go forward. Yeah, here we go. And now like this. And now like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. All the way around until the whole floor is open. And there you go. That's the way you do the puzzle. For the love of God, don't fall off if you've managed to fluke your way through that. And this is this whole section, guys. Check it out. We get the skull key. You'd maybe expect enemies to come flooding out and attack you when you pick that thing up, but no. And we get a handy little convenient way back through. This sack has got a bunch of alchemy ingredients in it for us, so Tikra will be ever grateful for that. And I'm kind of tempted to keep the sack so that we can organize stuff in the hub a bit better later. So we'll do that, and there we go. No, we didn't want ether. There we go. And so, yeah. When we come down, you nearly... Oh, this is where we're underground. Right. This is the route back. Oh, that's what those wooden slats are for. There you go. I'm learning things. By pressing this, it opens a secret door right next to the teleporter. And we are done with the sanctuary. Why is it called the sanctuary? I really don't know, to be honest. And the next one's called the mausoleum. Why is it called the mausoleum? I really don't know. What are we doing here? Well, we want to leave, right? What have I messed up? Oh, no. Did we just come this way? We didn't even unfog this tiny little bit of this room here. Yeah, okay. I thought we were in a different area for a second. Okay, and of course... Alright, and so the problem I knew I was going to have was where's the teleporter? Remember, we did get the secret. You don't actually have to press this again to close the secret back down. You can just turn the teleporter back on, walk through, and that's our next skull key done. Since we're already 17 minutes, I'm going to break my promise. This will be it. The planning that goes into these videos is unreal, right? There you go. That's 2 of the 3 keys, guys. Next episode will be a fairly explosive one. We will be acquiring a power gem. We will be doing some stuff, and we'll basically be done completely next episode. Not just with O'Rule's Crypt, not with the Wormbound Catacombs, but the entire cemetery in general. We'll be taking that wind gate out, and finally experiencing some sun, some fresh air over at the hamlet of Stormbreach. So thank you very much, guys. Hope you had fun today. Happy New Year's once again for the final time, and I will see you next time.